13.8 billion years ago, the universe was created in one big bang. 4.5 billion years ago, the beautiful blue planet, the Earth, was born. Plants and animals on Earth coexisted in harmonious symbiosis. Humanity emerged approximately 2.5 million years ago. Humanity had enormous desire for ceaseless growth, and this led to rapid increase in population and consumption. With the acceleration of mass production, the Earth's environment started to be destroyed at a fast pace. All sorts of agrochemicals and chemical fertilizers, the byproducts of petroleum, have been sprayed extensively over vast areas of land. Even the tropical forest, temperate forest, and frigid forest zones, which function as the lung of the Earth, were rapidly destroyed for the sake of human economic activities. Many plants and animals lost their habitats, which rapidly underwent desertification. Mining of fossil fuels including petroleum, natural gas, and coal was carried out on a huge scale, starting at first with the land and continuing into the oceans from the onset of the 20th century. Mass production and consumption led to the creation of enormous quantities of waste. Such a process of accumulation increasingly paralyzed and destroyed the ecological self-purification capacity of the Earth. Due to humanity's ceaseless pursuit of profit through all production activities, the Earth's environment and ecosystem has become a victim of such desire. Due to the pollution and destruction of the Earth's environment, the era in which man and nature coexisted is coming to an end, and ultimately, the lives of human beings are now being threatened. Land became polluted, and the sky is filled with polluted air that makes breathing difficult, and marine life has begun to die. Humanity created plastic in ceaseless pursuit of a more convenient life. Microplastic has been added to cosmetics as well as toothpaste, etc. Mass-produced plastic products are discarded in huge quantities and thrown into the ocean or buried in the ground where they do not decay. Countless animals and plants are killed by plastics created for the convenience of humanity. Plastic products thrown into the ocean fragment and are converted into microplastic, which in turn blinds the toxic substances into the surroundings. When marine organisms that consume such waste, including microplastic, are consumed by human beings, their lives are also threatened ultimately. Humanity is destroying the Earth's environment, and the Earth's environment is destroying humanity in turn, thereby beginning a vicious cycle. It is no longer possible to see animal husbandry in which animals live in compliance with the natural environment. Human beings, in order to secure greater quantities of meat at lower prices, have engaged in industrial animal husbandry, factory-style farming, and overfishing. Moreover, humanity has destroyed the tropical forests in order to obtain inexpensive animal feed and preferential agricultural produce. With humanity's unlimited desires and the Earth's limited resources and space, it has now reached the point where the Earth is no longer capable of coping with such desires and resource consumption. Greenhouse gases emitted by humans have trapped solar heat within the Earth's atmosphere, just like a greenhouse. As a result, the Earth is becoming increasingly hotter. Glaciers are melting at a faster rate than ever due to such global warming, thereby resulting in a sea level elevation throughout the world. Various regions of the world are suffering from calamities due to the phenomenon of abnormal climatic conditions. Events that not have been experienced even once in the past. Lost with no means of coping with such events. Due to the counterattack by the climate, no place on Earth is now safe. Korea has also incurred extensive damage to agricultural produce and livestock due to meteorological disasters and various viruses, and several tens of millions of aquaculture shellfish are perishing. According to the report by Worldwide Fund for Nature, Korea is forecasted to incur damage valued at a minimum of 11 trillion won due to the climate crisis by 2050 and become the 7th-ranked country in the world in terms of the scale of economic damage. It is not the matter of money. Rather, it is a life crisis. What can be done to save the Earth? Are we going to keep living as an outdated human species that continues to destroy nature? Or will we create a new world as a new kind of human species that coexists with nature? The UN Environment Plan, UNEP's Green New Deal policy of coexisting with the environment, has become a requisite rather than a choice. Canada has been prohibiting the manufacturing and importing of cosmetics that include microplastics since 2018. Germany is planning to complete decoalization by 2038 and increase its new recyclable energy dependency to 80% by 2050. France is planning to close all of its thermal power plants by 2023 and prohibit sales of all gasoline and diesel-operated vehicles by 2040. The Paris Climate Change Treaty, which will be effectuated in January 2021, was an agreement to maintain average global temperature increase at less than 1.5 degrees Celsius in comparison to the pre-industrial era. It also mandated goals for reduction of the greenhouse gas emissions that each country submitted without distinction between advanced and developing countries. According to the report presented by an international assessment institution, Climatic Change Response Indices 2020, Korea is ranked 58 of 61 countries in terms of the order of countermeasures for climate crisis in 2020. And Korea is also ranked 61st of 61 countries in terms of efforts to reduce energy consumption. And if Koreans continue to consume ecological resources, including energy, at the current rate, it is claimed that 3.5 Earths would be necessary to meet such use. Accordingly, Korea is the country that consumes the highest quantities of ecological resources in comparison to its land area. Korea also decided to participate in the Green New Deal policy of the Paris Climate Change Treaty. 생명 살림 운동 is needed sincerely in order to resolve the climate and life crisis. It is aimed at enlightening 5 million people to become the principles of the movement to overcome the climate and life crisis together. One, 2, 3 campaigns, 1 building, 2 planting, and 3 reduction campaign is a specific task to be practiced for 생명 살림 운동. 1 building campaign to construct organic solar power plants. An organic solar power plant provides a form of life-saving farming that includes construction of solar power plants on farmland and the use of organic farming practices on such land. It is a campaign capable of killing 3 birds with 1 stone by reducing greenhouse gas and fine dust, producing healthy food by strengthening soil fertility, and obtaining solar power, which is a natural form of recyclable energy. 2 planting. Campaign to plant trees and kanaf. First is the planting of trees. Trees are the primary life-saving tools to reduce greenhouse gases and absorb fine dust. It is necessary to widen diverse types of green spaces by producing and planting seedlings in accordance with local conditions through collaboration between local citizens and governments. Next is planting kanaf. Kanaf is an annual herb, with a single kanaf capable of absorbing 400 grams of CO2, which is a rate 10 times higher than that of the oak tree. Kanaf is ranked as one of the 3 major fibrous plants in the world and can be applied for more than 50,000 uses. It should be planted in all possible areas including pathways, parks, around small ravines, and in empty lots in urban centers. 3. Reductions. Campaign to reduce energy, vinyl, plastic, and imported meat consumption by 30%. First is reduction of energy consumption. Conserving all resources including fossil energy, i.e., electricity, gas, and petroleum, etc., is a daily life routine to save lives. There's a need to make efforts to nurture the habit of conservation and improve efficiency, and to use natural recyclable energy. Next is a campaign to reduce the use of vinyl and plastic by 30%. This is a campaign to refuse and reduce the use of vinyl and plastic in the first place, and increase the reuse and recycling of vinyl and plastic. Last is a reduction in the consumption of imported meat. Animal husbandry on Earth is one of the major culprits of global warming by being responsible for approximately 15 to 17% of all greenhouse gases emitted globally. Since meat has adverse health effects including diabetes and stroke, it is essential to reduce the consumption of imported meat. It is you, me, and all of us who can stop and resolve the climate and life crisis. It is possible to treat the hyperpyrexia that Earth is suffering if we change our thoughts and lifestyles, thereby changing the world and civilization. Now, here, starting with me. Semal Undong shall practice 생명 살림 운동 in the midst and with the people wholeheartedly and dedicatedly.